Qëndroni me Ora News.
US Ambassador Donald Lu again issued strong accusations against the justice system. The US diplomat said that 4 clans, including 20 crime families, are active and that Albania continues to be a crucial point of organised crime. The Minister of Interior sent a letter to state police employees expressing gratitude for their work and encouraging them to triumph against organised crime. The Constitutional Court today reviewed the request made by the Union and Association of Judges against some articles of the vetting law. Good evening, it's 6 o'clock on Monday the 2nd of October 2017. Welcome and thank you for joining us tonight for the English edition of Ora News, bringing you the day's national top stories translated into English 6 days a week. The US Ambassador to our country, Donald Lu, today issued strong accusations against the judicial system of Albania. Present at the 20th anniversary celebrations of the Magistrates School, the US Ambassador to our country said that there are 4 criminal clans in Albania, which include 20 criminal families. According to US State Department reports, Albania is a center of organized crime activity which includes trafficking of drugs, weapons and prostitution. 4 major clans made up of 20 crime families manage criminal operations that include human trafficking, blackmail, car theft and money laundering. Albania has a substantial black market for smuggled goods, primarily tobacco, jewellery, stolen cars and mobile phones. The country remains an attractive location to conduct money laundering operations because of rampant corruption and a weak legal system. There are some famous names of Albanian criminals like convicted drug trafficker Emiliano Shulazi, whom the media claims continues to carry out drug and arms trafficking from his pre-trial detention cell, or Lul Berisha, the head of the violent Durrës gang who was mistakenly released from prison early by prison officials. This resulted in the arrest of the director of the prison and the prison lawyer, but Lul Berisha mysteriously remains free. And finally, the magician Petrit Vasily, an international drug trafficker wanted by Greece and the US Drug Enforcement Agency, but who has managed to escape Albanian justice for 18 months through the incompetence of prosecutors, the police and the Ministry of Justice. There are many more Shulazis, Lul Berishas and Petrit Vasilis in Albania. Albania's criminal leaders are seldom arrested and almost never prosecuted. In 2016, the police arrested 1,349 people for offences linked to drug trafficking. Less than 100 of these arrests led to drug trafficking convictions in the Serious Crime Court. Even more troubling, there were 0 convictions, 0 arrests and 0 prosecutions of any big fish for organising, leading or financing drug trafficking organisations in 2016. There were also 0 in 2015, declared the US Ambassador. Mr. Lu went on to bring up the murder case of Judge Fildes Hafizi. The judicial system of Albania failed Fildes. The system failed to keep her dangerous husband in prison. It failed to protect her when he was released. Fildes, like other women in Albania who are victims of domestic violence, deserve better from their justice system, said the ambassador. Adding that the Albanian people should be proud of removing the criminals from Parliament and, according to him, the Parliament of 2017 is better than that of 2016. The EU Ambassador Romana Vlahutin said that the European Union will support any institution that will fight against corruption. According to her, Albania will have a new judicial system and the vetting process will be completed successfully. The chairman of the Socialist Movement for Integration's parliamentary group, Petrit Vasily, has asked the accredited ambassadors to our country to ensure the government is not allowed to control the vetting process. Via a media outlet, Mr. Vasili expressed support of the US ambassador's statement about the crime situation in Albania. The Socialist Movement for Integration's parliamentary group today reviewed the comments made by the US ambassador Donald Lu regarding organised crime and the low, almost non-existent fight against crime and gangs. We share the same stance as the US ambassador regarding this issue that is destroying the image, stability and security of the country, as well as the public safety of citizens. There cannot be an efficient fight against crime without fighting against organised crime. A controlled justice system would never do that. On the contrary, the situation becomes more serious as organised crime is protected from real justice, declared Mr. Vasili. He went on to ask the EU and US ambassadors to intervene and tell the majority to withdraw the recent decisions approved by them in Parliament. Earlier today, the chairwoman of the Socialist Movement for Integration sent a letter to US and EU ambassadors asking for an independent vetting process, which, according to her, is at risk of being controlled by the current Albanian government. The Minister of Interior, Petrit Vasily, has sent a letter to all state police employees. Praising the work of the police forces, which the Minister considers to be noble, Mr. Vasily says that dignity, dedication, integrity and determination are needed in order to ensure public order and safety. To the Minister of Interior, professionalism is the first challenge, which according to him will be ensured through the vetting process that will affect all state police structures. We should remove from state police all those who are connected to crime or at crime service. For this reason, my first duty as Minister of Interior started with the beginning of vetting for all state police employees. Only those who are professionals, capable and with high integrity will be part of state police, reads the letter. The Minister of Interior also expressed openness to listening to any suggestion or any concrete concern about the process that would improve the work and reputation of state police. Whoever has any concern will receive a serious response. Whoever has any idea will be listened to with maximum attention. We have no other opportunity rather than to triumph over these challenges on behalf of a better tomorrow. The success of everyone will be for everyone, further reads the letter. At a time when the vetting process of state police is expected to begin, the US ambassador and EU ambassadors to our country met with the Minister of Interior. The meeting was held at the Ministry of Interior and it lasted about 1 hour. Aura News has learned that the US Embassy will support and monitor the vetting process in state police. According to some sources, FBI experts will also help with the vetting of state police employees. This is not the first meeting between the Minister of Interior and the ambassadors. A few days ago, the Minister of Interior received the EU and US ambassadors for an initial meeting. Today's meeting was held after the strong statement the US ambassador issued regarding the crime situation in Albania and the failure to arrest what he considers to be the big fish. The Constitutional Court today reviewed the request by the Union of Judges and Association of Judges in connection with the three main laws of the judicial reform. The Union and Association of Judges raised their concerns about the way the evaluation of judges is made and the method used for determining their salaries. Specifically, the Union and Association of Judges are against 23 articles of the three laws on judicial reform. The chairman of the Association of Judges expressed opinions against the penalisation of judges should it be found that they or any of their relatives have connection with people with criminal records. The judges explained they believe this to be unfair considering they are not responsible for the actions of others, including if their relatives have criminal pasts. However, the representative of the Assembly in the court session, MP Vasili, argued that concrete data will be considered by several institutions. She explained that judges will not be investigated for simply having taken a photo with a person who has a criminal record or for simple interactions with people with such a past. Salaries offered to judges were also a point of discussion. The judges claimed that the method used to determine their salaries is not fair. However, the legal representative of the Assembly clarified that the salaries will be appointed based on qualifications and experience, adding that some salaries are higher than even the President's salary. After listening to the parties present in the court session, the members of the Constitutional Court adjourned in order to deliberate. A decision is expected to be made in the coming days. The Parliamentary Foreign Commission has approved in principle the bill on minorities. The Minister for Europe and Foreign Affairs, Petrit Vasily, declared that the bill will be applied equally to 8 minorities in Albania. The Chief of Albanian Diplomacy carefully emphasised that the bill has not been drafted on the concept of reciprocity, adding that Greece does not recognise the concept of minorities. According to the Minister, the bill has been drafted in respect of the Albanian constitution. The opposition voted in favour of the bill in principle, but it asked for more time for the discussion of the law in order to have time to consult with the internationals. An MP who is part of a minority community praised the bill, but said the funds made available are not enough for its implementation. The MP added that the Greek minority has a lot of problems with properties. Starting from Tuesday, the Parliamentary Foreign Commission will hold hearing sessions and will consult the bill with the representatives of minority groups. That's all for our English edition this evening. My name is Alexandra. Please join me again Monday through Saturday at 6 p.m. for your local news in English. On behalf of Aura News, thank you and good night.
Kjo është Ora News.